What up, world? We back. It's your boy, Challz Brown, Chuckwick, CLBMG. We back with another album review. This time we're going to talk about KRS-ONE. He got a new album called The World Is Mind. So let me give you a little backstory on me. I am a KRS-ONE fan. I have been a KRS-ONE fan since I believe he dropped in about 1986, 85, one of them years. I have been listening to BDP when Scholar Rock was still alive, before he got killed, before D Nice, before anybody else was even appearing on any BDP records, before Miss Melody, before Just Ice, before all of that. I was rocking with Chris. I always used to watch the BDP videos and fantasize that I was in BDP. That's how much of effect BDP had on me. I used to wish that, well, when I say BDP, it's Boogie Down Productions. That was KRS-One's crew when he first came out in the business. That was him and Scholar Rock. Scholar Rock was a DJ. He was the rapper. And they put out some of the hardest music, underground rap that has ever heard, and KRS-One still to this day is eating off songs and albums that he's done over 30 years ago. So I said it to say this: I am very, very loyal and respectful to KRS-One as a MC and as an artist. So this review I have to do, even though I got a few gripes with what KRS-One is doing with this particular album, and I'm sure he got his reasons, but we're going to talk about how I feel about the rollout of this album. Alright, so let's get it started. So I used to daydream that I would one day bust out in a talent show with the BDP jacket, the full jacket, the hat, everything, at my school, and just start rocking the illest rhyme I ever even could possibly write over the dopest beat, and and right before my song would end, KRS-One, Miss Melody, the whole BDP, Kenny Parker, all of them would run out. D Nice would run out, be like, yeah, boy, blah, whatever. I had big dreams of KRS-One and BDP being on my team and me rocking with them. So that's just show you a little bit of my how I feel about KRS-One. KRS-One had over, I think he has like 30 years of experience in rap. He's had some of the illest battles. He threw PM Dawn off the stage. He got into it with MC Shan, which is the first battle that you gonna hear about KRS-One. He's down with some of the greatest MCs on earth. He has some of the greatest stories on earth. Go watch those Beef DVDs. Go watch The Art of Rap. Just go watch him talk, and you'll see that KRS-One is one of the most prolific speakers in hip-hop. Now, for the flip side of that, with KRS, I think he turned a lot of people off because he's too smart. He's too intelligent, and when you're too intelligent and too smart, sometimes you come off arrogant, and you come off a way that people can't digest you. One of the things you may hear about rappers these days, you'll hear a lot, but you will rarely hear that they're too smart. You know what I'm saying? And I think the game has become so formulaic, or whatever the word you're looking for, that now these publicists and these managers know how to tell these artists, look, don't act too smart, don't be too aggressive with the media, speak your piece, keep it moving, don't tackle too many tough topics, be very accessible, be humble, and be extremely non-threatening. KRS-One was the opposite of that. KRS-One was very threatening to the establishment, very threatening to the status quo, and very threatening to some of his peers who didn't see eye to eye with him. And he would get into these little clashes. You would think that X-Clan and KRS-One would go hand in hand, skipping down the road, because they were basically saying the same stuff, but it wasn't the case. They got into altercations, different little verbal tit for tats and things like that. And just over the years, KRS has withstood a lot of personal demons and little battles and stuff. But he put one of the greatest hip-hop records ever known, ever done, in the form of self-destruction. KRS-One put together a We Are the World record for rap. Self-Destruction is considered one of the biggest, most important hip-hop records in the history of rap, and it's hard to dispute that it is. He put some of the greatest MCs on that record. It would never be outdone. The West Coast did their own version, All in the Same Gang, which was just as dope, and it was never a question of East versus West. It was just the East Coast did it, the West Coast did their version, and we all benefited. And as hip-hop heads, we all felt like it was warranted. So I say that to say this. KRS-One is a legend. He's a big part of history, and he reserves the right, when there is a Hall of Fame for hip-hop, for rap, KRS-One will be one of the first inductees, the initial artist placed in it. His plaque will be on the wall, yada, yada, yada. So let me leave it at that with KRS-One's legacy. His legacy is intact. But let's talk about some more things. So when I'm talking about KRS-One's legacy, we got to talk about the good and the bad. Me being a KRS-One fan, I took an oath years ago to buy all his music, to always support whatever KRS is doing, and to keep KRS-One's essence alive. Not that he's dead or anything like that, but KRS-One has went through decades of back and forth, up and down in his career. My personal opinion is KRS changed on what KRS changed from what we initially accepted KRS-One to be. He changed, and he was always that, but he changed at the same time. When the game started to change, KRS changed in a different way, not with the game, but away from the game. As people started to see what works, what doesn't work, what makes a dope album. Oh, maybe I should collab with this guy, that guy. He's hot, let me collab with him. KRS-One did the exact opposite. In the beginning, yeah, he did joints with Steady B. He did joints with Just Ice and D Nice, but these were all crew. Like, you know, people that he rocked with or whatever. You rarely saw KRS. I don't know if I've ever heard of KRS and Rakim collab until the Kanye Timeless. KRS-One did not play the game once it started to become a business. KRS refused to play the game, and I think that really hurt him. Not only that, when he came in the game, he was much more edgier toward pure street, hardcore, just things in the street. And then he started to drop a lot of knowledge, which was great for a time. For a time, it was great. As things started to progress and hip-hop became grittier, it became much more existential, where, you know, it was ABC makes D, and it was okay. You had Onyx coming to game, you had Dre coming to game, you had Nas and AZ, you had Wu-Tang. When this stuff started to shift more toward this gritty box cutter, I'll slice your face, I'll shoot you in your back, all of that stuff, which KRS pioneered, by the way. Let's be clear. KRS, why da da dang, 9mm goes bang, all that. He pioneered hard gangster rap. But what happened was a lot of gangster rappers really came in the game and started focusing on that. KRS pioneered gangster, but he was also intelligent and teaching, and he had a mixed bag of things. But when Black Moon came, and, you know, Evil D and Smith and Wesson and all this really rugged, lace up your Timbos, we great stomp a nigga, when that shit came, KRS wasn't doing that no more. He started flipping it, where he was doing Stop the Violence and edutainment. He started living up to teaching and You Must Learn and all them type of tracks, which for whatever reason the labels started phasing them out, the people started phasing them out, other rappers stopped making songs about black power, and it just became a dead issue. It became a stale topic. And when you balance yourself in such a way where you can go hip hop or you can go black power rants or whatever, but both of those things are in danger, because now you're listening to Onyx, which is like, throw your guns in the air and we don't give a fuck about nobody, we'll shoot everybody in here. It's hard to be hip-hop or too preachy, because at that point the game became super thug, super hard. Like, so KRS couldn't find a middle ground, and I don't think he wanted to. KRS is pure hip-hop. Like, I'm gonna do boom bap exactly how it's supposed to be done forever, no matter what the consequences. I am not changing. I am not shifting gears. When you come back to me and boom bap and what I'm doing, I'll be here waiting for you. And that's what KRS did. And he started to take a back seat to a lot of young cats coming up, even cats from his own era that moved on. They sustained careers longer than him. And KRS had some hot joints. I believe KRS' hottest album was, I think it was I Got Next. And I think that he dropped his hottest song ever was Step Into a World. I think that was his biggest hit. Now, Step Into a World was one of the dopest hip-hop songs in the history of rap. But this is one of the songs that KRS probably got the most radio play of his life. What happened was, and this way it took a real swing. If you was rocking with KRS and you was loyal to KRS and you was like, now hip-hop is here, hip-hop is really rocking, the underground is on the radio 24 times a day, like, this is crazy, now we here. And then KRS dropped the fucking remix to Step Into a World with Puff Daddy on it. You gotta understand, Sean Puffy Combs, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, at this time, which could have been, what, 96? I don't remember the year. It could have been 96, 95, I don't remember. 93, whatever. When this song dropped, KRS was looked at the anti-shiny suit rap, the epitome of whatever they was doing, we don't give a fuck, because we doing that real shit, that grab a mic, freestyle, spit shit. KRS-One was the absolute king of it. All the underground controls shit too, believe it or not. The underground sat a lot of careers down. We will get, you might be hot for a year, 2 years, but the underground will sit you down. Ask MC Hammer, ask Vanilla Ice, ask a lot of cats that was, they sell a gold record, sell a platinum record, the underground gonna sit you down sooner or later. And KRS-One was a part of that underground. When he dropped that song and let Puffy jump on the remix, it was a slap in the face. A slap in the face to every underground backpack purist, like myself included at the time. When KRS dropped that song with Puffy, he slapped us all in the face, and it felt like betrayal. And we tried to defend him to the people who already didn't get him anyway, but it was hard to defend it. It looked like a money grab. It looked like Diddy was like, yo, that song is so hot, I gotta jump on it. Let me get on it, Chris. I'll pay you, whatever. It looked like he took the money and ran with it, and it slapped us all in the face, and we couldn't respect it. And a lot of cats after that song started to doubt KRS, and that doubt trickled down. It trickled down, and the underground started to feel away, and therefore it starts to tarnish what you're doing. I don't know if he's ever recovered to a lot of people. So that started, in my opinion, KRS's peak. He peaked with Step Into a World, his biggest radio hit to date, and then he descended. And the descent was fast and furious. Fast forward, KRS made albums after that, but it never was the same. He never reached that Step Into a World. He never reached that lane. He never got that era back. and it slowly descended. Puffy went on to do Puffy. Puffy knew his lane. He dipped in that. He dipped his toe in that. Puffy jump on a radio single, jump off, move on with his life. Chris was career was devastated, in my opinion, and therefore Underground was devastated. We had to shake up. We had to figure out, you know, where we going with this. If our champion could do a song with the shiny suit king, what we doing this for? So, long story short, KRS took a dip in his career. Fast forward, we are now in the new millennium. KRS-ONE is all but forgotten. KRS-ONE had a quick battle with MC Shan about a year ago. Before that, I think KRS name peaked back up with battling Nelly. Nelly of all, come on. Like, you're battling Nelly? This is where we at with this shit? So he has a quick battle with Nelly. It wasn't really a battle. He threw some jabs. Nelly threw some jabs. But the sad part about it is, it was debatable. When people can debate that you can even battle Nelly. When people are making arguments that you can't even beat Nelly. It's tough. It's tough. That means your chokehold ain't what it used to be. So I still love KRS. I'm hoping for a comeback, and I went into this album with fresh ears because I have not heard a KRS album in quite some time. I stopped getting them. It got redundant. It didn't feel, it felt like KRS-ONE would not adapt to the times, and I am not a person that is going to stay in a bubble. I'm not staying in a bubble with you. I'm not going to keep regurgitating what you did 15 years ago. It does not matter in hip hop. It does not matter. You are only as good as your last album. Sad to say. It is what it is. KRS-ONE was the freshest guy I ever heard in my life. So therefore, I cannot grade him on a curve. I cannot. He has to be fresh every time. And then the last disaster of this man's career was to blindly, mistakenly, and horrifically jump to the defense of Afrika Bambaataa, a 100% public relations disaster. And I know KRS long enough to know that he does not care. He does not care. Or he'll say he does not care. But KRS released a statement on the matter. And I know he had to feel the effects of speaking on Afrika Bambaataa's child molestation accusations so callously by saying, those are grown fucking men. Grow the fuck up. I'm paraphrasing. But to something to that degree. But the thing is, KRS-ONE should not, you should not put your friendship with Afrika Bambaataa before the fact that this man was accused of molesting children, and then to jump to his defense without all the facts, saying you don't care, and even if he did do it, basically they're grown men, man up. So that's that. There's that. So I think KRS was wrong. He was unprepared. Nori caught him up on that Drink Champs episode. He was unprepared to deal with the backlash from that, and it should have been a backlash. So KRS is my man. Through all his faults, I'm still going to listen to this album, and I'm not going to judge him off of anything he's done in the past. I'm judging him right now in 2017 on this album right now. The world is mine. We know what he's done wrong. We know what he's done right. What we're going to do now is see if the world can actually forgive KRS and just listen to his music and put him back in his rightful place, which he'll never be, you know, on top of the game, but at least recognize this man as being one of the top 10 to ever do it in the history of rap. And we're going to find it. I'm about to review this album, The World Is Mine. Track 1, Show Respect, produced by Melody. This is a hard track. I like how it comes in. He starts this off with no intro, no bullshit. It's a straightforward boom bap. It's chaotic. It's crazy. I like how he jumps right in. There's no bullshit. It sounds like classic KRS. It sounds like he's ready. He's rough. His breath control is perfect. His flows are on point. Is exactly what you expect a dope KRS album to sound like. This is not some, you know, cookie cutter, I'm trying to be hot. This is I am dope, and I'm about to bring it to you. So Show Respect starts off with a bang. Shouts out to Melody. It appears that KRS is recording in the UK now, in Liverpool. Some of it looks like it's in Germany, but it looks like he's migrated to England, the UK, and it sounds like he's right back on some straight up boom bap. It's hard though. It sounds right. I like what he's doing with this album. The first song jumps right out at me. Second song, Same Shit, produced by DJ Disu. I hope I pronounced that right. This is another joint that's dope. It starts off hard. It complements the first one. I think that the direction of this album, based on these two songs, is that this is going to be more hard. It's not going to be overly spiritual. It's not going to be overly preachy, teachy. It's going to be straight in your face. I've been gone for a minute. I know y'all sleeping on me, but I still got these lyrics. I got these bars for your ass. The only problem I got with this album so far is you can't find it nowhere. This is only on Bandcamp, apparently, which is a horrifying way to roll this album out. I am really appalled that I went on my Tidal, couldn't buy it. I went on my iTunes, couldn't buy it. And this is my thing, man. Maybe he'll release it in a month or 2 months. This is not how you do this. This is what I'm talking about when I say these old guys. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. I know you're doing this for whatever. You're trying to keep the money in house and things like that. And your true fans going to purchase the album. They're going to pay the $10 you're asking on Bandcamp, and they're going to stream this and whatever. But come on, man. Like, come on, man. Come on. It's disrespectful right now. I'm sorry, man. It's a rant right now. I'm sorry. Apologies to the Blastmaster. Much respect and all of that. But come on, man. You don't roll an album out on one freaking platform that they can only see it on your website. They gotta go to your website, gotta open up a page, then another page, and then another page, and all this other shit. That's not how you do this shit in 2017. If that's how you want to do it, don't make no more fucking music. Point blank. It's just like, this shit is like, half your fans can't get this. I know guys that want to buy the CD. They can't. They don't want to go on. They don't go online at all. They don't go online at all. So this is my thing. Why release this only online on your own website that if I don't follow you on Twitter, I will never know it's out? Come on, man. Come on. Anyway, man. Next song. Keep Clicking, produced by Paul LaFree and KOF. This is probably one of my favorite songs on here. I like his flow. This beat is bananas. It's a nice tempo. This is right up the alley of the first two, but it's different. It doesn't make you feel like you're hearing a third regurgitation of the first two. It feels organic, and the concept, keep clicking. I believe that he's saying, like, in African tribes when they speak verbally with clicks and things like that. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like. When you break the song down, it's talking about communicating. Keep communicating the way we do it. This is how we do it. Good song, good beat. I love how this is going. I'm very impressed with this album, KRS. Kudos to you. Next song, Out for Fame, the spray paint anthem I love the scratches. This takes me back to a purer time, a dope time where you really listen to the scratches to see if the DJ really could cut it, or it was some bullshit machine that scratch, where you really paid attention to the actual technique of the scratches. This is a dope ass record. He's recording over in the UK because they're keeping it more hip hop than we are. Point blank. Hip hop in America has morphed into this whole conglomerate of all this stuff, which is either great how you look at it, or whack. But it has morphed into this insane monster. Over there, it's like it's 94, 92. And it's pure. It's boom, kick, snare. Can you really scratch? Can you really spray paint a wall? That's what they're doing over there. This is catering to that market. This is that European, that Euro market. He knows his market. He knows what he's looking for. He's catering to it, and I salute him to the guys here that's still looking for that spray paint, that I still break dance on cardboard boxes like I used to do. Kudos to you, because this album is for you. You don't have to look very far for musical inspiration if you're looking for that feel from that era. This album has it. We're 4 songs in, and I haven't heard nothing whack yet. Let's keep it moving. Next song, My Dreams, produced by, I think he said DJ Strez. I hope I pronounced that right. But it's another dope song. It has a Havoc feel, Mobb Deep feel. It feels like a nice, hard boom bap feel, and more of a New York feel instead, like a mid 90s, something for that boot camp click type of steez right here. It's a good joint. This is one of my favorite songs too. I love the Aretha sample. It's nice to hear somebody else other than KRS on the hook on this one. He outdid himself, the producer, with this particular sample, because I don't even know what song he got this from for Aretha, but he did his thing. And I noticed that it says that they're waiting on sample clearances. Maybe that's why he hasn't put this album out yet. I don't know, but to me the album is out, but it's not out because I feel like he's going to do more with it. So let's wait and see. Next song, Fuck This, by featuring KOD, produced by Melody. Melody got a lot of joints on this album, and I like his work. I think he's doing real good, pure boom bap. This song is like a slowed down head nodder. It makes you bob your head slow. Feels like 92, 93, just like boom bap, just, that kind of whiny, just like, oh, this is what we're doing. When they started toying with production and making things have tempos that varied, and sometimes we wanted the tempo to be right there with 88 or whatever it was, and then a certain time they started figuring out, let me go down to 60 BPMs and let me go to 70. Let's see what it sounds like. I don't know what the BPMs on this, but it's slow, and you gotta switch up to make albums interesting, to keep your head in the game. I didn't know about this song at first, but it after a second listen, second spin, it's a dope song. KOD got busy, KRS got busy. I like it. Next song, Don't Ever Stop, featuring Johnny's, produced by Melody, I think. This is another dope song, a nice hard beat. Again, like, they're not taking no chances with this album. They didn't pretend, they didn't experiment. All the beats was hard. All the beats were definitely kick you in your ass. It was no, we didn't play around with these beats. This Johnny's girl, the singing was off to me at first. I was like, where are we going with this? This sounds crazy. But as I listened to it, when the beat finally kicked in and the vocals matched up over the beat, it was perfect. This is a nice track. KRS is basically, this is a motivational track for a hardcore hip hop head. It's hard to get through the hardcore hip hop heads, you know what I'm saying, without making a hardcore track. So this is basically, don't ever stop. Don't ever try to, feel like these hating ass people got your number. Keep it moving. Do it the way you've been doing it. Do it harder. Go for what you know. Make it happen. KRS is basically giving you the blueprint once again of how to have a successful life, let alone career, and you should listen. This is a good album. Nothing's whack yet. Let's keep it moving. Next track, Raw B-E-A-T, or Raw Beat, produced by Melody. Another hard headbanger, kick and snares kit. It's dope. I like what they're doing because they, you know, they're not taking any chances. Like I said, this is one of the, this is like something you put on when you say, all right, we're gonna do a cypher. This is a good beat. I like this one. Another one, Melody seems to be, he seems to be in a zone, a lane of where he likes his kick and snares to be a certain kind of way. And it seems like KRS is rocking with it. He's putting a stamp on this cat, and I don't know much about him. I'm gonna do my research and figure out. I'm assuming he's from over there in the UK, Liverpool or something like that. He might be from over here, but shouts out to Melody. Shouts out to getting to work with one of the greatest in the game. I appreciate what you're doing. Oh, and one more thing about the singing on Raw Beat. I wasn't ready. That's classic KRS. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. KRS sings. He does all kind of stuff, and I just wasn't ready for it. I was like, wow, it came in kind of crazy. But, you know, it's KRS. It is what it is. It's funny. I like it. Next song, You Ain't Got Time, produced by Melody. Another good track. I like the Malcolm X drops. This feels like classic BDP. I think that KRS is in a zone where he's focused on just making good songs. And that's a part of what he does. I want him to not only focus on just good songs the next time, I want him to have more interesting skits. I want him to get back into concept albums. I want him to take more risks with the songs he's doing. I know he has a lot on the line with this album. I know he does. But I want him to take more risk with what he's doing with this music. With that being said, all of this stuff is good. It's nice. It's a very good quality sound. It's exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for pure boom bap hip hop that is from a master MC, a masterclass rapper, you got it. This is a good album. Let's keep it moving. Next song, No Problems, produced by Predator Prime. This is one of the first hiccups. I think it's a good song. I don't know if this beat was for KRS. Dude made a good beat. Good job to Predator Prime for doing what he does. KRS probably could have picked a different beat from him that would have fit more what KRS does. I don't blame anyone for a song that an artist puts out but the artist. I think this song might not have been one of Predator Prime's best beats, but KRS was probably looking for a different, like I was saying, to mix it up. He probably was like, all right, I did enough of these type of songs, so let me get something out of my lane, and therefore we have this. He picked this beat from Predator Prime. I think he should have got a different beat. Just saying that. Still a good song. Still a nice, you rarely hear him on synthesizers and this type of vibe, but we got it and it's on here. I'm gonna give it more time and see if it grows on me a little more. Next song, You Like Me, produced by Melody. This is one of my favorite joints on here. This is a banger. I fucking love this song because it's so real. It's so creative. Any rapper could say this song and it'll be relevant to him. This is a ode to what we are hearing right now in the game. He's basically saying, as long as I'm high, as long as I'm drunk and I ain't talking about shit, you like me. Soon as I grow a conscience, soon as I grow some balls and start speaking on this injustice and all this bullshit like that you see on nightly news and you see on Twitter, you see these people doing all this crazy shit because of your skin color and things of that nature. Once I start speaking on that, you don't like me no more. Now it's let me challenge what he's saying and all this other madness. So I agree 100%. This is a song telling you Yes, you may like Lil Uzi Vert or somebody like that or what have you, as long as they ain't saying shit, as long as they tearing up the club, as long as they buying bottles, as long as they high as fuck, you like me. This is a real ass song. I really, really dig this song. I think this song should be heard. This song should be heard. KRS-One does not have to vanish into the background as some old rapper, because he's not an old rapper. He's a dope rapper, and he's very knowledgeable with what he does. And I need songs like this to be heard. Next song, Put Your Ones Up. Basically, it's a 40-second acapella, just KRS spitting. He got a verse, he threw it out there just to, he could probably do that in a show and amp the show up. Just something to just, you know, show that he still can do it, and just so you can hear the vocals without the words, just amping you up. I like it. It's a good little, you know, little something to do. Appreciate it. Keeps the album moving, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Song after that, Keep Flowing. This is another banger. I like the organs, and I like the kick and snare of it. I believe Melody produced this too. Good job. It's staying right in the same lane. It's boom bap. It's boom bap. It sounds like what it's supposed to sound like, some 90s stuff, and it's hard though. And I give them credit for, you got to think they're not over here. This is over there. This is more of a world market that they're making this for, and that's what the world market is demanding, and he's giving it to them. So shout out to KRS, shout out to Melody, keeping his album moving. One more song and we're done. Last song, the title track, The World Is Mine. This is the reason that the album is called The World Is Mine. When you listen to this song, you will get it. You will understand why this album is called The World Is Mine. When I first saw the album title, I was like, okay, all right, the world is mine. I get where you're going with it. So, you know, I understood it, but I kind of was like, is that a good title? But it is a good title. Once you understand KRS-One is not going to conform to anything. He's going to be pure. He's going to give it to you exactly like he wants to. He is never going to change. He is never going to try to be a millennial, a hipster, someone that is trying to do things in a corporate fashion. He's never going to do that. Once you understand that this is exactly how he wanted to do it, the way he wanted to do it, for better or for worse, this is what you got. You listen to this last song, and it makes perfect sense. It's showing you the power of the mind, and that's what this album is about. Shout out to KRS-One for doing what KRS-One does and never ever changing. He never conforms. When you come back around in 10 years for boom bap, he'll be right there waiting for you. Salute to KRS-One. This album is an A+. This is a good album. I am hoping that I hear more from him. I'm hoping he releases this on Tidal. I don't listen to Bandcamp. I don't go on my phone, go into my internet browser to hear music. Release this on an actual music service so the people of the world can hear you. You gain new fans like that. Please. Shout out to BDP. Shout out to KRS-One. Like this video, don't like this video. I'll take either way. I'll take a thumb up, thumb down. Subscribe, CLBMG. Write in the comments what you want me to review next. And if you find something in this video offensive, I don't know what to tell you, but write this shit in the comments. I'll respond. It is what it is. Salute to the real hip hop heads. Peace.